Hello from Italy. I am so excited to take you guys along with me and Tyler as we go on our honeymoon through Italy. Italy has been the pretty much only place he's ever really wanted to go. He definitely didn't think that he would marry such a traveler and I would be taking him kind of everywhere all the time, but this is the one place that really he wanted to go, so it seemed very fitting for our honeymoon, and now we're here. We started in Venice, and actually on day one we got in super late, so I have absolutely no footage because we got in at midnight and then went straight to bed. But day two was kind of our day all about sightseeing. The Rialto Bridge, San Marco Plaza, just taking in the beautiful architecture and canals of Venice. I think I've decided in less than a day that this is a city you have to visit before you die. Tyler's not quite there yet, but...
I'm just surprised you got there so quick. I think I'm on my way. That was pretty quick.
So it's day one in Venice, and so far we've seen the Rialto Bridge, St. Mark's Square, and we tried to go into the Basilica, but I am too scantily clad to go in, so we're gonna go and try it tomorrow. Gonna sit down here and figure out what to do next. So it's about 2 o'clock so far. We woke up late because we got in at about midnight last night. So we had lunch on the water very close to our Airbnb, and now we're gonna try to make some plans about what to do next. Can you imagine walking around Italy in all of those layers? This is what I want for the girl room. Can you deliver? So we ended up touring Doge's Palace, which we both give a good rating. A lot cooler than all the art. Lots of cat themed stuff. I was gonna say, what section are you gonna look for?
Garbage.
Which garbage?
Science fiction, fantasy.
I'm gonna try to find their thrillers. Obviously most of it's in Italian though, so probably not gonna be able to read any of it. kind of hard to find the sections you're looking for because they're all in Italian, and I don't know how to say horror or thriller in Italian. All right, Tyler's gonna try to find the fantasy section. We found the thriller. Again, all in Italian, lots of Dan Brown, so.
Unless Fumetti is fantasy.
I feel like Filios, I have no idea what Fumetti might mean, but it's with all the other art stuff, so probably something like that. I found exactly what I'm looking for. I'm trying to collect one in every language, and so now I have Italian. Well, what did you think?
Of the bookstore?
Yeah,
it was
of
cute.
what is it, the most beautiful bookstore in the world?
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, you didn't get anything? Are you disappointed?
Yeah, I wish they would have had one version of a book that I could get that's like a 5-star book for me.
Yeah. So I got my Great Gatsby. I bought a pen because I'm tired of writing my postcards and borrowed pens from waiters. But I don't know, what would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, an 8.
8 out of 10, pretty good.
Anyway, bookstore, no cats, so that's why
Yeah,
I
we didn't see
think
any
10.
cats. That sucked.
Yeah. But the only reason I went.
I guess so, but all right, ciao for now. All right, so we're ending our time in Venice today. We're on our way to get our bags. We didn't vlog a ton yesterday just because most of our day kind of centered around getting our photos done by a professional photographer here. Highly recommend. It cost us about $100 US, and we got 50 images and spent about an hour with her. And then she also, like, as she was taking them, would like tell us little facts and figures about each place in the city. So not only did we get super cool pictures, but we also got a little history tour along the way. So plan is now to head and get our bags from our place and then head off to Verona next. So today is day 2 in Verona, and we finished today what I think so far is one of the highlights of our trip. We got to go tour a family-owned winery up in the hills of Verona, and it was just unbelievably awesome. So not only did we get to do a wine tasting and discover, I believe, 4 or 5 of the wines that they make by hand there, we also got to kind of see what the wine making process is from start to finish. So we saw obviously the vineyard, and Lara taught us about the process that they use, the pergola style of growing grapes. Talked to us a little bit about also how climate change and their rainy season has been affecting their growing, and that was also super interesting to learn about in here. And then we got to go see where they ferment all their grapes in the big steel containers, and from there get transferred either to bottles or to oak barrels. And then we went to their aging room where all the oak barrels were, and we got to try some of their wines. So they were absolutely incredible. I've never tasted wines that were just so smooth, and I have to imagine that's just from the fresh grown grapes and the process that they've kind of perfected in their family for the centuries that they've owned it. I believe she said that they had been living and working on their farm since like the 15th century, which is just absolutely crazy. We obviously don't have anything like that here in America just because we weren't even a country at that time. So super cool. Not only was Lara and her family and the winery super cool, our driver Simona was awesome. As she was taking us up into the hills, she was first off extremely super friendly and was just telling us information about all the little cities and the architecture and the culture there. It was just a really cool way to just talk kind of one-on-one with some locals about like their way of life here and just different things that they're kind of experts at. So I highly recommend it. I'll put kind of their information for both their winery and for their driving service if you're ever in Verona in the description, because I think for both of us, Tyler and I, it is definitely the highlight of our trip so far. And we only left with 2 bottles of wine. Our plan is to get our friends hooked on it so we can split the shipping cost for some more in the future. So we'll see how that goes. So one of the last things we decided to do was to go on a self-guided audio tour through the city of Verona that kind of highlights all of the created aspects of Romeo and Juliet, because obviously it was set here. As English teachers, it seemed kind of fitting that we would take this tour. Overall, highly recommend it. It was $9.99 from Viator, so we also got a pretty good deal. We probably would have paid for a real guide, if you will, but we just kind of decided to do this very last minute. So what you see here is we are about to enter Juliet's house and visit her balcony. This is also where the famous statue is, where if you touch her breasts, you're destined to have good luck. So obviously, Romeo and Juliet is a fictional story, but Verona has kind of since capitalized on it being set there and is now kind of filled with all types of stuff related to Romeo and Juliet. You can now see Romeo's house. Obviously, again, big place. This is actually privately owned, so it's not as big of a deal as Juliet's balcony and her statue is, but it's still kind of cool to have a fake place to kind of visit. Verona is set on a beautiful river. You can just see how much rain they've gotten based on how fast that current is right now, and it's kind of flooded over there by the stairs, if you can make that out too. Tyler and I both highly recommend the self-guided audio tour if you ever get the chance. Our stay in Verona was very short, and we're already on to our next location. Alright, so we arrived in Varenna on Lake Como sometime a few hours ago. So far all we've done is pretty much do our laundry and chill and relax, and Tyler's taking a nap because, again, he's still not feeling the best. Meanwhile, I've gotten out to explore the town a little. There's tons of cute shops along the lake. It reminds me kind of any North American lake town with cute little shops and stores and restaurants kind of seated around with a beautiful scenic view. But obviously with a much better view than anything that I could get in Wisconsin or in Illinois. So obviously loving that here. This is supposed to be kind of the relaxing part of our trip, so hopefully we're not going to do too terribly much, but we'll see. Just sitting out here reading and watching an Italian thunderstorm. We're just kind of taking the day as it comes and just kind of walking along the lake and taking in all the views. But so far, I think this is also one of the most beautiful places in the world, and definitely a highlight.
The view is amazing.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So definitely the trip to Lake Como is worth it. Okay, so we're sitting down for dinner. Found a place with an awesome view. And for once, we're not getting pizza. Well, the rain has pretty much trapped us inside for the rest of the day, which isn't the end of the world. Like I said, I think already Tyler is sick, so it's not the end of the world to have a day to rest and take it all in, but it's pretty consistently storming here. Hard rain, heavy rain, just not something that I think we would willingly choose to be out in. And plus, since this is such like a lake town, there's not a lot of activities from what we've discovered to do indoors. It's pretty much just all about hanging out by the lake, going on the ferry, checking out the other towns, shopping along the lake. And we've already done the shopping part, so we're kind of just left waiting for the chance to be able to go and chill by the lake, which we should have some time early in the morning for tomorrow. So the plan for the rest of the night is basically to just chill inside, chill out on our little balcony, which is covered, so enjoy some of the sights and the sounds of Varenna, and then just try to find a place for dinner, and then just call it a chill night. We're sitting here on our last full day in Varenna. Weather's kind of been on and off. It's basically been pretty sunny in the morning, and then at night it'll start to rain about like 3-4 o'clock. So we went to the beach, Rock Beach, had the time of my life. Wish I would have brought my goggles. Tried to look for fossils, couldn't find any, kind of a bummer, but showered and now just chilling here until we're gonna go to our final dinner. After this, our trip is halfway over. How does that feel?
Kind of crazy that it's already like that far in, I guess.
Yeah, we only have Florence and Rome left, and then we're back in Chicago. We're getting ready to leave Varenna, and our trip is now more than halfway over. What thoughts and reflections do you have so far?
This was extremely relaxing. I wish we would have found the beach earlier so we could have done 2 days there, but 2 cities left. It's going quick.
What's been your favorite city so far?
Venice. It's just so unique. You can't like beat it, I guess.
I'm not sure whether mine is Venice or Verona, but we had highlights in Verona too. So overall, it's just been such an awesome trip and hard to believe it's almost over. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video with the culmination of the rest of our honeymoon. See you next time.